Invece di pretendere che ti venga pagato con i soldi del canone della RAI. La capitale d'Italia è Roma! Roma!
Okay, so guys, are you curious about how is the foreign policy made? If you're curious, don't skip this video and watch until the end, okay? Okay, all foreign policy in the EU is framed using the same framework, namely the Common Foreign and Security Policy or CFSP. The European Council serves the decision-making body, holding meetings at least twice a year. They discuss proposals submitted by the High Representative of the Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy. If the Council and the Parliament, consisting of all member states, approve the policy proposal, the policy will then be published in the EU's official journal.
So, what are the problems with the implementing EU foreign policy? First, the EU has no standing army, so relies on ad hoc process contributed by EU countries. For example, when facing the crisis in Ukraine, the EU used more diplomacy and economic sanctions. The lack of military powers means that the EU cannot provide significant security guarantees for countries under Eastern Europe border that feel threatened.
Next is the misalignment of national interests. A concrete example of this misalignment can be seen in the EU's response to Russia following the annexation of Crimea in 2014. But some countries such as Germany and Italy, which have strong economic ties with Russia, were more relevant to implement strict sanctions compared to Eastern European countries that were more concerned about the security threat from Russia.
The next problem is challenge in on-ground implementation. In conflicts such as those in Bosnia and Kosovo, the EU faced difficulties in implementing an integrated security policy due to a lack of coordination between security forces and related institutions on the ground.
And then, the CFSP is not legally binding but only politically binding. As a result, if one party, in this case a state, does not comply with or violates the policy, they will not be sued or subject to legal sanctions. This is because it functions more as a directive or guideline without a legal obligation to comply.
So much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Cheerio!